Hi, it's Peter Sun, the Real Estate Renegade, and for 40 years I've bought, I've sold, I've renovated, and I've subdivided. I've made money and I've lost money. And now I'm helping everyday Australians with all sorts of real estate problems. From the latest market updates, closing major deals, discovering and showing you real estate opportunities and boom suburbs you may want to look at. We're going to meet real people, experienced real estate experts, and talk about hard-hitting real estate issues affecting Australians right now. Join me and dive deep into uncovering hot deals and opportunities in a country considered and possessing some of the most expensive real estate in the world. I'm Peter Sun, the Real Estate Renegade, exposing the truth about real estate. Welcome to another edition of the Real Estate Renegade. My name is Peter Sun, and today we're going to bring you a really exciting topic, and it is how one person's bad fortune is another person's gold mine. And it's all about buying the right properties at undervalued prices, finding those bargains in the marketplace that can make you instant equity and instant cash in your pocket within weeks of buying the property rather than having to wait years. So come in, and we're waiting for Belinda, who's actually going to meet us today. We're going to interview her, how she bought this amazing property at a fraction of the person that she bought it from actually paid for it. So let's go and have a look. The Real Estate Renegade, can we help you?
It's Belinda.
Oh, come in. Come on in. All right, so Belle, you snagged an amazing bargain at the auctions with this particular property. Give us a bit of background of how it all came about.
Well, at first, it's actually a bit daunting being a single mum and going into the property market. And I honestly didn't think it was really going to be on the cards for me, because it was really hard to save up for a deposit and having that cash flow. But then once I got into this business, the great thing is that I learnt a lot of real estate investment strategies, which I had no idea about before, and started generating the cash flow from the business, and then it became really exciting. So the strategy I really wanted to implement was finding an undervalued property. So I went to that part in the course of finding undervalued properties, and what I actually did was it took me about 3 months of researching. And the best way to research is just to go out there and visit lots of places, start talking to agents. They tell you where the bargains are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you find this particular property? How did you actually find out about it?
Oh, well, I was actually going to look at one particular property, and I was talking to the agent, and I told him, I wasn't really, that interested in the property he was showing me. I wanted something a little bit bigger. Yeah. And he said to me, well, if you're looking for something a little bit bigger, you could go and have a look at these particular properties that are a mortgagee in possession. And the thing is, I wouldn't have known about it, because even when you looked up online, when I looked that property up online, you wouldn't know it was a mortgagee in possession. Yeah. So.
Okay, now you were recently featured in an online real estate magazine. Like, how did that come about?
Again, it was just like talking to people, and I spoke to this guy and his friends. He was friends with somebody who is a journalist for this magazine, and I told him about the purchase that I made, and he was just like blown away at how fantastic the purchase was. And he says, look, I want to put you in contact with somebody. He's always looking for really good stories. And so he just put me in contact. I told him the story, and he really wanted to publish it. So another
person's loss was basically your gain. Like, how much? What was the deal? Give us some numbers on this. Like, what was the figures on this?
Well, the property originally sold in 2007 for 1.16 million.
Okay.
And it was one of those, I guess, deals that one of the things actually taught in the course is don't go buying from slick marketers, because they're the ones making all the money. So. Now, they're absolutely beautiful properties, and I can see how somebody, would have got caught up thinking the properties were worth that amount of money at the time. So it was 1.16 million, and I picked it up at auction for 425,000.
And that was like 6-7 years later, 8 years later?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine if you were the one buying the first property. And this happens every day all over Australia. There's people that market that entice you with all these amazing offers and seminars and education stuff on how you can make money in real estate, and then they sell you their property, which are always overpriced. Never buy at those events. Never fly to some other state and buy a property. Work in your own area. Understand the market, because you understood the market. You knew that was a good deal. Because you saw about 20 or 30 properties, you told me, right?
Yeah, please.
And that's how you get the bargains. Now, this was an auction, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So what happened at the auction? Tell us how the bidding went, because I know you went to a couple of auctions and then you actually finally bought the last property.
Yeah. Well, that was a learning curve in itself. The first auction I went to, I hadn't actually studied, how to go and bid at an auction, and I didn't get the property. And then I really started learning the strategies. There's a real art form to going and bidding at an auction. So, one thing I learned is you don't bid until the place is on the market. And, and just to kind of sit up quietly up the back. You don't tell the agents what your highest bids are going to be. You don't let them know any of that information. So I guess it was a little bit of a poker game. It's probably the best way to describe going to an auction. So I think there was about 6 couples that I was up against bidding. And I just sat back and waited. And then the bidding started. And it was just between me and another investor. And I won.
Fantastic. So you're in there now?
Yes, I live there.
Yeah. And you got some instant equity out of it?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. So you immediately got equity, you got a property, and you could sell the property tomorrow, make a profit on it, basically.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say to somebody who is thinking about buying a brand new property at a seminar?
Don't.
And what would you say to them? Where do you find the bargains?
You go out there and you talk to people and you talk to agents and you get it's word of mouth. Word of mouth.
That's right. It's the mortgage in possessions. It's the divorce sales. It's the sales that other people's losses become your gains. You don't want to be the one paying the top dollar from people who are in the real estate business, because they're in the business of making money. If you want to make money, you've got to be like them, not be the one buying from them. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
So that's it, another edition of the Real Estate Renegade, where we show Australians how to make profitable real estate decisions. Make sure you tune into my next show, because we're going to be talking about some amazing strategies that only the professionals know about. See you there. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And don't forget to tune in often for the latest property news, investment strategies, and much, much more. And also, speak to your business owner to see how you can get involved with us today. This is Peter Sun, the Real Estate Renegade, and I'll see you next time.